YouTube! I don't know if I've let it slip yet where I'm going, what's going on, why there's all these guitars videos are coming out when I'm basically the same day. Oh, this is a couple hours later than the last one. So, here's my Washburn Tour 24. This is a 1984 guitar. You do see these occasionally, but they're normally BBR, which is basically this exact guitar, but see all the things that are white, they're red. So it's got like red binding, black, red. Red binding on the fingerboard, red Washburn logo, red numbers on the knobs, and red writing on the pickups. They were copied by quite a lot, but Washburn did it first. This one's made by a company called Tushin. Yeah, so this came standard with a pure terrible bridge. This one, when I got it, didn't have the bridge on it. I did have a Hawk that still had bits of the bridge left, but you can plop a Floyd Rose in to replace it, unlike a Caller. But it's just like one of those ones that's kind of, now they're 40 years old, they just don't, they turn to dust, basically. So this one has a, it's a wee bit rusty, but this, sometimes the internet's wonderful. I can't even remember which guitar site I went on. I just put photos up. I don't know what this bridge is off, and then 10 minutes later, someone's like, "Up here, that's off a Yamaha SG 1500." So it's got a Yamaha SG 1500 bridge on it. It's not set floating, which it could be. I need to do that. The original Washburn Eliminator pickups. This one had been smashed from the front, which is something you often see it in guitars. You always see it when people have made like a wee plate for something, because if you drop it on the top, sometimes the tone control punches a hole in the top of the guitar. Basically, it was kind of cracked. And this one, that had already happened to this, and someone had made a sort of wee horrible plate out of what looked like a dinner tray on it. But I put a black Telecaster thing on it. It shouldn't have this Telecaster plate, and instead of having the lever switch, it should have been a Les Paul. So just be the two knobs pretty much where they are, and a Les Paul type toggle switch. No coil splits in this, and these pickups don't coil split, which is really surprising. The Hawk I had with the same pickups had splittable versions. Obviously I can break into a pickup and add coil splits, but not in these ones because they're sealed. It's like whenever the pickup was ready to just fill it with epoxy or something, so it's just not got coil splits, is the way it goes. I'm not sure about the bridge up here. I was talking about the area, because talking about how the Floyd Rose license for the nuts thing at the top, this does have a Floyd Rose licensed top nut. It's chrome, which says to me that it's not original, because it would have been black originally. So what this had originally on it, I'm not exactly sure. This was already fitted to it when I got it. But yeah, it's quite a heavy beast. It's not as heavy as I thought it was. A bit. I'm going to have to weigh it, because I always remember it being heavy. It's heavier than most Telecasters, but I'm actually thinking this, it does hang very well, and it's got like a really fancy leather strap on it. That's not, I don't actually have my weighing scales, damn it. I know what scale length it is. There you go, just pick it up there. That might be a wee hint about where I am. Why don't I have it? Oh, I don't know. My luggage weighing scales. So, no coil splits, only humbuckers in this baby, which is not going to be great for the clean sound, maybe. I don't know, but it's designed to not have them, so they must have known what we're talking about. No, it's not. I don't know, it doesn't sound too badly humbuckery. Apologies again. This I'm in a bit of a rush here. This the strings on this are ancient. So this is kind of strange. As I was saying, the Hawk I had as well was this. Someone's written in the neck cavity. Is it BBW? Black, white. I think it means something else as well. But that could be what it is. I have seen these. There's various. Well, it's a Telecaster, isn't it? Ones I've never seen. I've never seen another one the same as this. I've seen a white one, and I've seen a red one, but I've never seen a black one apart from the BBR one. The BBR ones I remember seeing one years ago in Victor Morris in town. A long time ago. I think it was four. I seem to remember it being £400, which I thought was very expensive. The BBRs are kind of weird. In pictures they look quite good, but in person they look amazing. They don't photograph well. Even if you look them up, you'll be able to find folk that are selling them. I've kind of intentionally avoided buying any of the BBRs because the temptation then would be go, oh well, I've got try and get the whole lot, and there's a lot of them. There's relatively common ones. There's the Hawk. I've seen a couple of. I've seen a couple of the Telecaster, the Tour 24 Chicago series. It says on it. I think that's maybe one of these things where they're trying to. Is that up here? Yeah, American. It doesn't actually. I'm sure it says made in Japan on it, does it? It doesn't. It doesn't even say made in Japan on it. So there's been a little bit naughty. Washburn were quite naughty a couple of times with their. They did it. There's a range of. If you've got a made in America Washburn wing, although they did make them in America later on in the 90s, like as a sort of custom shop thing, but there was actually, they got into a lot of trouble. What they were doing was Washburn were importing them into America, and there was somebody who was actually employed to peel off the Made in Japan sticker and stamp Made in the USA. All the ones I've ever seen, and it's been different guitars, have all had exactly the same serial number. Also, that's was a bit of a ploy. I mean, Washburn getting a lot of trouble for this, where they would you pay tax on each guitar. So if you put 100 guitars out with the same serial number, you pay tax on one. Or they did. There were problems. I think Washburn's changed hands a few times. This is built by Tushin. Washburn originally, well, it was the same owners, but they used to use Yamaki to build. Sorry, I was talking about what ones. You also get a Washburn Force 8 BBR, which is the bass. That blue one I've got there, which I can't bother digging out because there's 3 other guitars sitting on top of it. I've seen a few of them as well. So those are the ones that you kind of see. I'm not going to say commonly. They're still rare. It's like if you look up, rare guitar. No, yeah. If you type into Google, that you'll find some of them. But there's various other ones. I think because there were quite small runs of these things, there might not be very many of this. Virtually handmade Washburn, especially at Yamaki, but I think still by Tushin time, where because it wasn't like a big automated procedure, if you're making a modern guitar and you want to make one that's got different coloured binding, you've got to retool stuff and you reorganise things, where I think with something like this, it's like they just build the guitar the same up to the binding point, and then the guy who fits the binding puts red binding on it. Something like that. This has actually got binding on the sides of the fingerboards, which is black, and you're like, there's kind of not really much point in that. I don't think it doesn't. Is it binding on the headstock? I don't think it's got binding on the headstock. But it's not actually that difficult. You do get quite a lot of Washburns of this era where people have I've got a prototype, and it's like, yeah, not a prototype, just one that they maybe made for a catalogue, or they made 50 of them to sell, and they didn't sell very quickly, or no more were ordered, so they never made any more, sort of thing. The popular models, they're more of. That's why if you look at the earlier Washburn wings, the Falcon I've got with the rosewood top on it is one of the more common ones, because those are the ones that people went, I want that one, and then they would order, and they would basically at the start they would build them to order to a certain degree. You'd put your order in, shops would basically get the catalogue through, look at it and order 2 of them and 5 of them and 1 of them and all that, and then 6 months later they would get the shipment in. That kind of thing was how these things worked back then. Wouldn't work now. But basically, I could tell. There's I can't remember. There's a couple of famous folk who've played the BBR one. I can't remember. There's a guy. If you want bigger videos than this, have a search for Washburn Tour 24 in my videos, and you'll find a longer one. There was a chap who wanted to buy one because there's a famous video, and I can't remember what band it is. It's a band I don't really know that well. It's not Duran Duran or anything like that. It's like an 80s band where they're on a beach, and the guitarist playing the BBR one, and this guy was like, I'll buy it off you. Maybe if he gets back in touch, because it was his favourite band, and it was always wanted that Telecaster. Yeah, so this is actually one of the first Floyd Roses I ever had that actually I realised that a Floyd Rose, it was possible for it to work. Although I don't have it set floating, which I should have. Obviously I haven't touched this for ages. I mean, these are Elixir strings, but they're probably, if 5, maybe more than that years old. I don't know. I was always a wee bit against this guitar because I always felt it was too heavy. It doesn't feel that heavy just now though. Maybe slightly average. Maybe it's about 4 kilograms or something. Yeah, it's not too bad. But as I say, so here we are on clean. Both pickups. See, it's still. How does it manage to still sound sort of like a Telecaster when it's got 2 humbuckers and no cog splits? It sounds more Telecaster-y than Les Pauly, which it kind of should be, being heavy and. Neck pickup. Rat pedal. Try to make these videos. I'm already at for 10 minutes. There we go. That's not a good drum beat. Stop standing on the leads. Oh my god, it's difficult to do these short videos. But there we go. Again, that's pure ridiculous, these guitars. I mean, that's pretty much all these ones I've picked up. They've kind of gone out of favour with me for some reason, just because I've got so flipping many. This is an awesome guitar. This is a great Telecaster. It's not in brilliant condition. It's had some bashes. I seem to remember having to paint the neck because it was all scuffed. But it's a total rock solid thing, a belly contour. But I mean, ugh. I wonder if some part of that has to do with this strap. It's like it's pure priesty, pure manly. That was the thing that maybe pissed me off a bit about it. Yeah. That's because I've got it set sitting flat on the body. Maybe a dirty input as well. But if that was set floating, which it can't, there is room to do that when you bent it down and let go of it. It wouldn't batter off the body. I think maybe that's why I have not been playing it very much. I'll maybe do better videos of these later on. So, hope you've enjoyed Black Guitar Week so far. I think I've still got another one to do, actually. Great fun. Rock on, love you all. And I wonder when you'll see this, and I wonder what else will have been seen since then. We don't know. Have a look on Mad Malco Guitars on Facebook if you've got Facebook. I'll probably put some photos and stuff up there. I should really use it more. I used to use Facebook all the time because I used to take photos of the guitars outside on the lot on the driveway, and then that photo I would use as the thumbnail. If you look back a few years, that's what I used to do, and then I started using this thing where I'm going at the start of all the videos, which I probably forgot to do for all of these ones, but that's fine. So I just like that. Instagram, I don't like using my phone. All right, it's like, I'm sorry, I think I'm just old. It's like I do have a phone that is able to go on the internet, but I don't know. There's something about when you see people, or it's like maybe I've hung about with people before when it's like they're sitting there looking up stuff in Google when you're talking. You're like, very rude. Not a phone lover, me. So, love you all. Rock on, like, subscribe if you can. It would be smashing super duper, and I will see you all later. And I will press the button.